Hi and welcome to Python tutorial of a multiplication timetable. Let me show you guys how this works. Okay, if I enter whatever character in there we go, that's what happened. The text entry only identify with numeric character. I had to do this because someone entered a comment about being able to sort out the very error with regards to entering any character onto the system, and that is why I decided to put this together. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys how to put something like that together, and we'll take it from there. So I'm going to exit out and let's start a new project entirely. So let's start by importing tkinter. First of all, let me increase the font size. I think 16 is fine. So in there I'm going to go for from tkinter. Let's import it all. This should be a T, and I'm also going to import the tkinter message box. So copy this, paste it right there, space, and tkinter.message, and that's it. Done. The name of my application is going to be root equals tk. If you notice, the k is in lowercase, and I'm going to enter a variable here. The variable is known as space. I want to use that for my title. I want the title centered. Then I'm going to call the root itself. So let's say root dot title, and I'm going to make the space, let's go for 8 by space. The space that I'm talking about, that is the space in here. Okay, multiply 8 by the space. Then I will then add this space to my title. So that's just going to be multiplication timetable. There we go. Now let's declare my geometry. So I'm going to say root dot geometry, and that is just for the width and height. Geometry, that will be, let's go for 644 by 475 plus, I want it centered, and plus 0. Close that there. Now I also want to add an icon, so I'm going to say icon, that is bitmap, icon bitmap. So that is the function for your icon, and the name of my icon is called cap dot icon. Close that there. Right, so I can even run this up now and just say root main, and there it looked. I'm going to save this. Let's save it and you guys see how it works. So your icon must be saved in the same folder if you want an icon in yours. So I'm going to just go for file, save as, multiplication time. Let's put time there, timetable. There we go. Save there. So I'm just going to run this. Oh, I should have a dot there. That's supposed to be root dot. Yeah. So run it. Let's see how that's going to look like. There we go. Look at that. Okay. So that's how it looks like. It's like way up there. So let's, maybe I should move it down a little bit, make this about 100, or let's see 200. Let's see what 200 will look like. Okay, nah, it's too low. Take it back, make it 100 there. run. Yeah, that's not too bad. Good. All right, so the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to create, okay, let me declare the following. Enter, I'm just going to call that enter number. Enter number equals string variable. There, that's my variable declared. Then I'm going to declare a basic frame. This frame is widget frame, and this very widget frame is going to be right inside the root. So grab the root, paste it right in there. There we go. This very frame is going to have a border of about maybe 14, and I'm going to say relief equals rigid. The rigid has to be in uppercase letter. There you go. And now I'm going to run this up. Copy that and write underneath there paste dot grid. There we go. That's my base frame taken care of. So I'm just going to copy this base frame, come right down here, paste, and this one is going to be, let me call that left frame. Yeah, left frame, and I will also have a right frame. The left frame is going to be based inside the base frame, so paste this right in here, and I'm going to change this to 7. There we go. All right, let's assign width to it. The width of this, I'm going to make that 350, and I'm going to make the height, let's make that 540, comma, and the position, let's say the very first one is row 0, column is going to be 0 as well, equals 0. Change this to a U. There we go. And that takes care of that. So I'm going to now copy this and use it for my right frame. Just call it right frame. Enter a right there. There we go. There. Okay. Oh, there's an error here. Let's change this. That's wrong. There we go. I think I did the same thing with the others. And now let's run it and see how that's going to look like. So run. Then we can start work with the widget. Let's see. Oh, we have an error. What error is that? Frame. Okay, look at the spelling. That is wrong as well. That should have been R. There we go. Now change it to run for the others. Change and change. So let's run it one more time. There we go. Look at that. But as you can see, both frames are inside. Okay, let's change this one. This is row. Okay, this one will be column 1. There we go. Run. And there. So I think this seems to be a little bit too small for it. So let's see. I'm going to increase this to about maybe 80. And increase this as well. Just so that you guys can see it. We can always fix that later on. There. Alright. Is coming up great. So the width is still a bit dodgy, so let's fix that width. Let's say that. Okay, so I'm going to have to reduce this or carve this out. There we go. Now that's fine. Maybe 4 there. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to create, let's add some widget. Okay, I'm going to create the following widget. So the very first one, let me just call it our title. Yeah, title, maybe title label. That is my very first one, this title label. The widget is going to be label as well. There we go. And this label is going to be right inside this frame, right frame there. Now let's enter a comma, and I'm now going to enter my font for this font. For the title, I mean, not a font. I'm going to enter the text, and let's enter a font now. So comma, that's my font is going to be Arial. That's it, Arial. And this area, I'm going to make the size about, let's go for 20 comma, and I'm going to make it bold. Right, so that is that. Now let's run this up. Copy this, come right down here, press enter, and I'm just going to say grid. I'm going to make that grid that to be 0 by 0. Okay, copy this and paste it there. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to create another one for the left, and the left, yeah. Okay, let's calm down so that you can see it. So this label will be for the left. Let's just call that title. Yeah, title, that's cool. That's title. And it's going to be right. Okay, it's going to be inside the left frame. There we go. And I'm just going to change the content in here. I'm going to change that to enter a number. Enter a number. Okay, let's enter an equals here. That's meant to be equals, and another one here. And we can even try it out and see how that's going to look like. There. Alright, close that. Alright, let's create something for my results. So maybe just copy all of these again. Paste that in there. This is going to be known as txt result, the result of the timetable. So I'll repeat the same thing here. The txt result, that's going to be text. The widget for that will be text, and it's going to be inside the right frame. Grab that right frame, and there is no text. Get rid of that. What else? I'm going to change the size of this, else it will be too large. To 10. Maybe add a border equals 10. And what about the width? We need the width and the height. I'm going to grab this, paste that in here, and let's reduce that. That's a bit too much, so let's make this about 3023. Okay, so this result is going to be right underneath this. Maybe I should just reposition it all. Grab this, cut that off, and put it right here. And this is 0, so this will be 1. Alright, let's see how that's going to look like anyway. Run. Let's see. There we go. That's not too bad. Okay, close that. Now I need, let me show it to you guys. I'm going to need a text box underneath here and 3 buttons, and that will be all. So right underneath here we need text box. So we have this title here. Grab the title, paste it here, so all of them will be together, and paste another one here. So this one is going to be entry, entry widget. So I'm going to change this to, let's give the proper name, txt, maybe input. Yeah, that's cool. Txt input, and this one is going to be input as well. There we go. And this will be row 1, to be on row 1. And here, get rid of this. Let's change this to variable, text variable. I already declared the variable up there, so it's called enter number. Come right down here, variable equals enter number. There, and that is all. So let's just add, let me justify it. So let's say justify, we're going to make that center equals center. There we go. I'm going to run it. Let's see how that looks like. Let's see. Yeah, that's it, but it seems to be too flat. I don't like it like that. So let's kind of like make it look, give it a bit of a look. So here I'm just going to say border equals, I'm going to go for about 10. That might be too much, but let's see, border equals 10. Run. Alright, that looks a bit okay. Now let's add buttons. Add one button and just copy and paste that. So I'm going to say btn mult, btn multiply equals button, and this button we have as follows. So I can copy this, that makes life easy, or just copy it from here. And this very button is going to be inside, copy out of this here, the left one, left frame, get rid of this, or just change this to the text that will be on top of the button. So the text will be multiplication. Okay, that's fine. Change it to multiplication. Copy that, paste that in here. There we go. Grab this button, round it up, and the grade for that is going to be button number 2. Change that to 2. There. So I'm going to run this button now. Let's just see how that's going to look like. Maybe we'll add the width. Let's add a width for that button first before I run it. Put the width here somewhere, and we made that about 16. Run. Let's see. There we go. Look at my button right there. Well, I can just copy and paste now. Yeah. So copy, paste for button number 2. There we go. And here that will be maybe quit or exit, and this one will be reset. And this is 2, 3, 4. Run. There we go. Those are my buttons. So let's put some space in between so that I can line it up with this very other frame. So close that. So the space, this one, let's get it padded. Come in here, get it padded. I'm going to say pad. Let's go for 12 and see, and take it from there. Pad 12, 12, and 12. Save. Press F5. Run. Okay. There seems to still seems to have some space in here. All right. Okay. I will change this to 20. I just want you to fill up that. So we'll come in here, change that to 20 and 20. Now let's run it and see. Run. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You see this one, this frame right out here, let's give it a bit of a character. So let's come right down here, the basic frame. I'm going to change, let's say bg equals cadet blue there. So you just see blue surrounding that very frame. And let's go for 700 and see how that's going to look like. And this maybe 520. Now let's run. There we go. Look at that. You see, that's good. So I just need to flush it a little bit, change that to 0 and change this to about 6, 70. Run. So all that is left for us to do now is just to create the functions. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, close that. Now let's enter some functions. Okay, let's go right up here. The very first function, I'm going to put that right underneath here. Maybe we'll add a line so that you guys won't get it mixed up. So that is for function, and this is for, I'll do that and get back to you guys. Alright, now I have kind of like separated it all. This is for frame, function is going to be here, this is the entry and label widget, and here for buttons. Now functions, press enter. For my very first function, that is going to be for my multiplication timetable. Copy that, and that's going to be multiplication or multiplied, whatever. Let's say function, let's just say timetable. There, that's the function. There we go. Now the first thing I want to do is clear whatever I have in here, clear whatever I have inside this text. So I'm going to say dot delete, and that is going to be 1.0 comma end. There we go. So we've just cleared the content inside that. So I'm going to declare a local variable. I'll call it m for multiplication. So in here, my variable here that is called enter is going to be dot get. There we go. Now that I have that inside m, I also need to clear it out. So I'm going to come in here, just clear whatever I have in here. I don't know, maybe I should do that, or okay, I'll decide later on to enter s in here and just clear it. We can always change our mind and just leave it. Alright, that's fine. So the next thing is I'm going to use an if statement. If m dot is digits. So this is the solution to your problem, my guy out there. So is digit is the function that we will use to check to make sure the user did not enter, or the user do not enter a character. The only character we want in there has to be numeric character, so all numeric values. So we're going to say m equals integer and m. Now let's use a for loop. For x in range, because it's multiplication timetable, the range is going to be from 1 to 13. So between 1 and 13, and that is 12. Close that. Come right down here now. So I'm going to now call here, I'm going to call my text entry. I want the following to be inserted into the entry. What are we inserting up to the end? That is whatever we have inside x. So that means that will generate 1, 2, 3 up to 12. Comma. I now want to enter a tab. Get it tabbed, comma, space mark. So I entered value 1 to 12, and I want to enter multiplication sign, which is x. Okay, comma. Let me get it tabbed again. Tabbed. Yeah, another tab, comma. We now want to enter the number that we enter in here. The number we enter in M, that is going to be whatever number the end user enter. Okay, we now need to multiply M and X together. So let's enter a comma here now, comma. Let's copy all of this instead of me typing. Copy. Yeah, paste that here. So we now need to say equals. So let's copy all of this. Copy, paste. There we go. And this will become equals. Equals, comma. We now need to multiply this and this. So right here we just say multiply that. So that's going to be x multiplied by m. There. That is it. Done. Okay, I'm going to now insert this and a space. So that would be carriage return. Actually, come right down here, paste that, and that is going to be, let's enter 2 of those. That's carriage return twice, and close that. Okay, but if there's any problem, supposing we have a problem, so I'm going to use, first of all, let's return anyway. Return true. So if there's any problem, let's assume the user end up with something like unwanted character. I want a message box, so I'm just going to say tkinter.message. tkinter.messagebox display as follows. So let's say dot show a warning. Show warning. That will do it. Show warning. There we go. That's it right there. Double click on it. All right. So let's just say error. Okay. No. Let's enter space mark here as well. Comma. And my message is just going to be invalid data. So invalid data, number only, or numbers only. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now we now need to clear whatever we have in here. So copy that. Get it cleared. Clear. And we return false. Return equals false. There we go. There, that's it, done. So I'm going to enter another function that's going to be for exit or quit. I call it, that is it right there. That's my function for quit. There. Alright, confirm if you want to exit or if you want to quit. That's fine. Okay, let's enter another one. This is going to be reset. So I'm going to copy this and just come right down here. I'm just going to call that reset. Change this to reset. And this is going to be confirmed if you want to reset. Okay, and if you confirm yes, we now want this to this. We want it cleared. So grab this. Let's come in here. I want to grab all of this. Yep. Yeah, let's grab this. I change this around. So yeah, get rid of all of this. Right, let's get rid of this here. Let's come down. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I already have it in there. That is my reset. I now need to call every single one of these functions in that very button. Grab that. I think this, okay, this timetable. Grab that. Come right down here. Come into the button timetable. There's not enough room, so I'm going to say comma, press enter, command equals timetable. And here I'm going to say comma. Which one? Okay, this is a reset. You see, that's why it's good to change the name. So this is reset. So come in here, change this to reset. Reset and reset here. And this will be command equals I reset. I call it I reset. And this is quit, btn quit. So this one will be known as I quit. There we go. Comma, press enter. So command equals I quit. Copy that, paste that here. There, that is it, all done. So button taken care of, and the functions added to the buttons. And up here we have the entering widget and text widget and label widget. Oh, that's an error. Change that to lowercase and this one lowercase. Alright, so here we have all my functions. Okay, have a good look at those. There we go. Those are the functions that I've just called, and that's the frames. And there. So let's try it out now. So let's click on run. There we go. Right. And here I'm going to enter the value in there. There we go. That's much a number 4 times table. And let's go for 8. Let's go for 12. And let's enter whatever character in there. Nope, that is not allowed. And let's leave it empty. No, enter number. Okay, let's enter something else. Reset. No, I do not want to reset. Okay, but that is cleared. So because I cleared it on reset, so that's fine. So let's enter something, multiply, quit. No. So, and that is how it works, guys. The choice is yours, whatever action you intend to take. The exit works as well. Okay, where we have clear for exit, the choice is yours, whatever you want to do. You can comment that out. I can comment this out as well. The choice is yours, how you want it. So let's run it one more time and you see what I'm talking about. So when I enter a value in here, multiplication timetable, or let's enable it as well in here. Let's go back to the multiplication itself. Multiplication when we get there, and okay, disable it, I mean. So that means the number still remains in there. Okay, run. Enter whatever you want to multiply. There we go. The value is in there. You have to click on reset. Yes, you want to reset, but if you want to reset, you have to clear. So that means we have to enable that of reset. So where's reset? That is it right here. Enable that. Run. Come in here. Run. Okay. There. Reset. No, I do not want to. Exit. Okay. Reset. Yes, I do want to reset. So that's fine. That's how it works. There. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this program. But before I leave, I would like to shout out to my new channel member, and just to let them know how grateful we are here at this end, just to say thank you to them. So following new channel member to Salika Sochia, thanks a lot for being a channel member, and big thanks to Zul Kasim as well, and also big thank you to Jacob Kadesh. So thanks guys for being a channel member. We strongly appreciate that, and thanks for your efforts. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. Thanks a lot, and bye for now.